Alright guys, so I mentioned in an earlier video about my cover crop, so I just wanted to come out here and show you a little bit. Let me get my camera adjusted. There we go. So I wanted to show you a little bit of what I did. Now I wasn't doing much video in last fall when I planted all this, but I'm very pleased with the results I've had on it. So I'm going to just take you on a little tour here of what I planted. I've got oats, I've got Austrian winter pea, I have about 3 different types of brassica growing in this plot, some purple top turnip, some rape, and a little bit of mustard green. And again, all of this has really done well. I planted it a little bit later than I normally do. I planted it was probably, I think it was on into October when I got it planted, and we had a early frost this year. I think it was the second week of November that we had a frost, and that is a hard freeze. I mean, that is typically our average first frost, but we had a hard freeze of a low down in the 20s, and this cover crop was very young. You can see a little bit of burn on it still, but it bounced back really well from that. And these oats are jumping really hard. I've never grown Austrian winter pea before, but I'm very impressed with what it's doing. My greens are doing pretty good in some places they're not. I don't know if that may be a pH problem. I'm going to be doing a pH test here pretty soon on this stuff. I did not do one last year. As I said, this is my second year gardening this plot, and it's really coming along. I want to see, see what I can do with just cover cropping, maybe a little bit of lime here and there just to get things going. But again, if the cover crop is any indication as to how the garden's doing, I think I'm doing pretty good. In that last winter at this time, I had a cover crop on this plot, on these plots, and it didn't look anything near this. It grew very little last year, and I think after some cultivation, after some lime, after some fertilizer, just all those different things that I did over the year of gardening last year, and also some warm season cover crops that I did last year, I think that's got me to where I am currently on the garden. So I'm really looking forward to what I have coming in the coming days. I'm going to be slowly incorporating some of this cover crop back in as I get ready to start growing in these different plots. As I mentioned, I've got my first plot over here that I'm going to be planting my collards and my kale and broccoli in. I also hope to get a few English peas going over there. I'm going to be turning that in hopefully tomorrow, February the 2nd. I hope it's not too, if it dries out a little bit today, hopefully I can get in here tomorrow with the disc and do a first turnover of that cover crop, and then come back in here maybe in a couple of weeks before I plant my plants and till it under and really get it ready to go. And then all my other plots, as I get ready to start planting into them, I'll be turning the cover crop in, and then also doing warm season cover crops. Iron clay cowpeas is something I used last year. Sun hemp is another crop I used last year. Both of those crops did really well. The sun hemp and the iron clay cowpeas together was a great cocktail. The sun hemp gave the cowpeas something to grow up on, and sort of a trellis structure, and it got head high. I'm a short guy, but it got head high on me, just in cowpeas and sun hemp out here. And I had that on 2 of these plots, and like I said, really great results with that. This year I'm probably going to try a little bit of millet on an area. I've also got in here, I planted really late, back in right around Christmas time actually, I sowed a little bit of cereal rye in this mixture that was already here, and it's coming up now. I don't know if I'm going to leave it very long, but I do have that going on as well. So like I said, cover crop is a huge part of my garden every year. I don't do a whole lot of cool season plants in the fall, but I do a lot of cool season cover cropping. That's just a huge part of what I do now. Next year I probably will have a few plants in, maybe one bed that I have some some plants growing in, but the huge part of my fall is always cover crops. I love what it does for my soil. I love that it sort of helps rejuvenate things, and like I said, this clay needs a lot of organic material in it, so I know that's helping me there. I'll be bringing y'all more videos soon. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye.